Like, are we trolls? Are we sitting here just like blah, blah, negative on everything in life? Are we fucking trolls, Sarah?
Are we? Do we? Maybe I need to listen back. I feel like are we that negative?
I don't think so, but I hope not, because I'm a happy person and I really wish everybody well. We're taking a we're calling people out. We're just being honest about, let's just have an honest conversation. I could name other Bravo podcasts right now. I could go, I can make enemies and name the ones that are just fluff and full of fucking shit. We're just being honest, right?
Well, I have to say, I don't feel that we are internet trolls because
thank you.
People are putting themselves on TV, which, by the way, and if I haven't said it, I'll say it here. I'm grateful for every single person that puts themselves on reality TV, because you are opening yourself up to just constant scrutiny. And thank you for doing that, because it's truly entertainment for all of us to escape all the other troubles in our lives and the world. So like, I'm with you. I love every single person that I really do. I mean, I have hot takes on people, but I think that kind of goes with the territory. And hopefully now that we're 20 plus years into reality TV, anyone that puts themselves on TV, I hope is like, I don't care what people say. And truly, if you're not doing anything illegal, let us, whatever.
I agree with that. And before we move on from that, I will say that, and this is where I have to say this, this is what makes me say that, like, I'm a fucking internet troll, is like, just being honest before we move on, knowing most of these people, like, some of them are just, I mean, if you have to say what percentage, I don't know, but like, some of these housewives are just not good people, just at your core, like, and it's just, I don't know if it's like an archetype, if casting is so good at their job, it just.
Well, I think you have to be a narcissist to put yourself on TV to some degree. You know what I mean? And look, I mean, I'm narcissistic. I have narcissistic ways. I mean, look, like I would be on reality TV if I didn't go to bed at 9 and got up at 5. I mean, there's not much exciting to follow, but like I'm in the entertainment business. Like, I want to host a show for TLC. Like I would do a Jerry Springer talk show. Like, I love all that. So, I mean, part of me is a narcissist. Like, I can relate to these people completely. But I think it's great. Like, I also don't, to me, like, I don't care sometimes if they're good people or not. They're entertainment. And
right. I guess that's a question. Like, do they have to be good people for us to be entertained?
No, I mean, it's your choice if you want to associate with them, like in real life. I mean, I think you and I have this always ongoing crisis where a lot of people that come on my show, reality guests, I like a lot as people off the podcast, but then you develop a friendship with them and then they expect a level of loyalty, like, don't have her on,
hello. Why do you think 2 weeks ago we talked about Kelly Dodd being mad at me, for something Bronwyn said? And I mean, yes, 24/7. Like, last night when I was out, which led to my evening of debauchery, and I was at the bar, and like, this guy was like, blah blah blah, and what do you mean there's housewives that like don't like you? I'm like, what? Like, let's go down the list of like, one day we should play a game of like, when you and I do our live show events, we should play a game of like, put up a housewife picture. Does this person hate David or not? Let's take a guess. Margaret Josephs. Okay, let's start with an easy one. No, she loves David. They're friends. Okay, let's go to another one. There's a lot that hate me. And it's like, I mean, I go back to what you and I said, like, I'm doing my job. I have nothing against anyone, but I'm not going to hold back being honest with this audience. I will not do it. So I like my duty, like, wait, let me break this down. My duty should be to you over myself in this audience. Are you fucking smoking crack? Because with your, it's so arrogant every time it happens. It is so fucking arrogant. Like, right? Yeah. Like, you would piss on me and let my head get run over by a car if all you had to do was reach your arm out and just pull me out of the way of that moving van. You wouldn't do it because it would break your nail. 100%. That is the case. Everyone's like, this is why I don't really want to go to housewife parties and things. Like, these are not your friends, and I don't need them as friends. There's a few rare organic exceptions. I don't need to be friends with any of the others. I really don't. Come on my show and I love you, or don't, and I fucking hate you. But regardless of that, one day we'll talk about all the ones that hate me. One day. By the way, speaking of houses that are fake and people that don't live a big life, holy shit, Real Housewives of Miami. Real Housewives of Miami, Nicole Martin. Now,
what a deal. What an amazing. Okay, here, this is something we can be positive about because I would do this too if someone offered me $44 million for my house.
Now, what is it? She's just minding her own business. Now, mind you, I know Anna Concoses from Miami, season 2. I know, and she was telling me when Nicole got cast, like, here's some behind the scenes. She was just like, oh, no, this house. Like, all I heard from Anna was about this house. We saw it on the show. I knew it was a nice house. It was a big house. I didn't realize it was this. I didn't realize, we watched, so I heard behind the scenes from Anna, like, oh, no, you're going to like Nicole and blah, blah, blah. And the house is gorgeous. And I didn't realize it was this type of house. Because on film, like, if you look at like Lisa and Lenny's house, no more, there's a divorce, but like their house filmed, and this house looked nice. I didn't realize it was $44 million.
$1 million sold to Jeff Bezos' parents. So isn't that just basically Jeff Bezos? Does Jeff Bezos' parents have a nickel? I don't think so, right? Isn't it just Jeff Bezos? But anyway,
I think it's Jeff Bezos.
Names. Yeah. Parents' names.
I always, what? Can I just tell you? I always wonder that. Like the other day, there was something. Bradley Cooper's new girlfriend, and he was having a birthday party, and his mother was showing up, and they were showing her on page 6. We've seen her before, and I was just like, I wonder to what degree celebrities really, like the real celebrities with real money, like just load up the parents and the family. I just wonder. That's just something that keeps me up at night. But go on. Yes, I think it's Jeff Bezos bought this house for his parents. Yes.
Also, by the way, Bradley Cooper grew up fairly wealthy. His father was a stockbroker with Merrill Lynch.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, he had a very comfortable life growing up, but I don't think he had Jeff Bezos money. Anyway, Bezos' parents bought Nicole Martin's home in Coral Gables for $44 million. It was not on sale. It was not for sale, but the 9,000 square foot estate, they had approached her with just an offer that they couldn't refuse. And of course, right next door to that, they also bought another mansion for like 30 something million. So essentially Bezos owns this entire like waterfront strip or whatever in Coral Gables. Now I have
is that what happened though? Like she was just minding her own business and there's a knock on the door or an email or someone's like, someone wants to buy your home.
Yes, correct.
And your home is probably worth 30 something million and you don't want to sell it ever. And now someone wants to give you like $5 million more than this actual property is worth. Yeah, you have to sell. You got to leave.
Now, I had read on TMZ, it has 2 tennis courts, a home theater, huge pool with a marina, 96-foot dock, boat, elevator. I have heard though that their home is rated as like the most beautiful housewives home of all time. Like I guess it's even
really.
That's what they say in TMZ. And it's apparently even more spectacular in person, but compared to, Lisa Vanderpump, everybody, like this is the most gorgeous